Top 5 things I wish I knew when I started keto. Number 5, don't be a slave to the scale. When I first started, I got results very fast. But over time, the weight loss slowed down. Understand that your body doesn't really want to lose weight. The reason why it stores fat in the first place is for you to survive, particularly because it thinks that there's going to be times when you're not going to eat, times of famine, because that's how human beings lived for a long, long time. So it's storing the fat for you as a favor. It doesn't want to give it all up. So the more fat you lose, the harder it's going to be to keep losing it. Understand that. So don't be a slave to the scale. What does that mean? Well, it means that don't weigh yourself every single day and hang on every single pound that you see on that scale. In fact, you don't want to lose weight at all. You want to lose body fat. And there's a key difference there. A lot of people, when they lose a lot of weight, they also lose muscle. Muscle determines your resting metabolic rate, your lean body mass. So you want to retain your muscle or gain muscle while losing body fat. The good thing is that ketones themselves are muscle sparing. So they can actually uphold your resting metabolic rate while losing body fat. So there is a blog post I wrote about that with a study that shows, a controlled study that shows that. So I'll put that in the description below. All right, hopefully that makes some sense. So if you want to track your body fat, there's a few ways you can do it. One, you can use body fat calipers, which I can't stand them. You can use your clothes as a judge and not necessarily the scale. You can buy a scale that has body fat percentage tracking. They're not that accurate, but you can see trends over time. And if it's trending down, you know you're losing body fat, right? So that's one way you can do it. You can also get something called a DEXA scan, which is a more accurate type of body fat scan. Understand that your weight is going to fluctuate every day based on water retention for the most part. So that's number 5. Don't be a slave to the scale. All right, number 4. Just because it has the word keto does not mean it's actually keto. And it doesn't mean it's healthy for you. Many products, now that keto is becoming very popular, there's a lot of companies coming out with many, many products. But just because it has the word keto actually doesn't mean it's keto friendly at all. I've seen that. As well as it doesn't mean, even though it has keto macros, it doesn't mean that it's actually healthy for you. They put a lot of junk ingredients that you shouldn't be putting in your body. So that's number 2. And number 3 about that is some of those products cause you to overeat. So more on that later. All right. Number 3, avoid vegetable oils at all costs. When I first started, I didn't know about this. I wish I did. So vegetable oils such as canola, Crisco, and soybean oil are worse for your health than sugar and pretty much worse than almost anything you can put in your body. All right. So I want you to get that across. I'm going to link some more information in the description below so you can deep dive into that. It's a bit outside of the scope of this video as to why. But simply put, cooking them at high temperatures, they oxidize very easily compared to saturated and monounsaturated fats. These vegetable oils are essentially seed oils. They're coming from seeds, are highly inflammatory in your system. And chronic inflammation is actually the cause of heart disease and other chronic conditions. Number 2, practice intermittent fasting. Keto and intermittent fasting are like brother and sister. Ketosis allows you to go longer periods of time without feeling hungry. Okay. Intermittent fasting allows you to go longer periods of time while using your own body fat for energy. They go hand in hand. I just recently made a video about that. I'm going to put it in the description below. But if you've been doing keto a while and you're not intermittent fasting, I would suggest to start. And the number one thing that I wish I knew when I started keto, the number one thing is to avoid foods that cause you to overeat, even keto foods. I don't care what food it is. If that food causes you to eat and you're not truly hungry, stop eating it. So snacks, sweet things, we tend to overeat those things when we're not really hungry. Okay. So how do you know if you're hungry? Well, ask yourself. Let's just say you had for dinner steak and broccoli and some eggs. If you can ask yourself, do I want more steak and broccoli and eggs? Could I eat that right now? And if the answer is no, but you still want more food, then you're likely not really hungry. You're likely having a craving because you're probably craving something sweet, or you're probably craving some junk food, even if it's a keto junk food or some keto dessert. And you actually don't want food that has nutrition. You just want to eat junk food. Those foods are causing you to overeat. Stop eating them. I wish I knew that a long time ago. Okay. Or if you're going to eat them on occasion. Treat those like your cheat meals. Okay. And push your quote-unquote cheat meals if you're having them even out further. Okay, that's a tip. Anyway, so those are the top 5 things I wish I knew when I started keto. Hopefully that helps you. If you're interested, you can contact me on my Patreon at patreon.com/ketotroy. I have a Slack group where we do group coaching as well as one-on-one coaching. All right, thank you very much.